The Hall of Pain is open for business.
The following contest is an Iron Man match. Making his way to the ring from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 362 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry!
One of the most destructive big men ever.
Henry has performed incredible feats of strength, both in and out of the ring.
From the Attitude Era to ruthless aggression to the modern era, Henry has always been dominant.
The Queen has arrived.
And boy, does she know how to make an entrance.
And his opponent from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair!
Already in the midst of a legendary career and so far from finished.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair has proven to be ready for any type of battle.
And Charlotte oozes confidence like no other.
Well, Flair has made a career of living up to the moment, becoming the moment.
Oh, just the presence alone, Corey, serves as intimidation for her opponents.
And tonight, the Queen looks ready to take her throne yet again by force. When you talk about the mountaintop in this business, you are talking about Charlotte Flair.
Truly in a league of her own in WWE and showing no signs of letting up.
Iron Man match underway, a match that truly tests the amount of fight in a superstar.
It's hard to imagine that amount of stamina, the amount of energy, and the amount of will it takes to win an Iron Man match.
Headbutt to the back of the neck. Oh, foot just stomping down.
Boom, right across the small of the back.
She manages to reverse it, and this one might be headed ringside.
I have a feeling she has bad intentions for that chair. Scoop slam, making it look easy.
What a counter! And gets tossed back into the mat. I don't know what they're looking for here.
I guarantee that chair is not going to be used as it was designed for.
Oh, from the rope.
Oh my goodness.
Just punishing their opponent. Knee drop hits the mark.
Tremendous pressure being applied in this head crank.
Oh, ouch. Ooh. Oh, look at the start of this. Could be going into the playbook for submission.
Nice escape.
Oh, huge big boot.
And he's leaving the ring for the moment.
Once she gets going with that kendo stick, this match could be over real fast.
And enters back into the ring.
Mark Henry turning up the intimidation factor.
That'll teach him not to showboat in the middle of a match.
That pin attempt might have been a tad premature.
Forearm club.
Like a brick wall running into you.
What now? Oh, a stop to the belly welly.
The patience of Charlotte being tested there, but as we know, she can get mean real quick.
Yeah, Mark Henry reminding his opponent that he's not someone to take lightly.
And did you hear the impact of that?
Ooh, merciless looking blow.
She had that scouted.
Decimating the knee. The tried and true method to taking anyone down.
Slides under the ropes. Back into the ring.
Oh, not today. Caught by surprise with the DDT.
Targeted stop to the arm.
Oh, my goodness.
Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting.
Neck breaker. And he turned it around. Carried into jeopardizing position here. Oh, is it enough here? She kicks out at one.
So resilient. Oh, man, he is more than... Mark Henry has his opponent up.
Striker slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
Two. Oh, not yet. They just got the shoulder up.
Charlotte knows she's in a fight now. That move only enraged her more. The Queen's looking to make heads roll.
Just dished out his most devastating offense, and you gotta be wondering if he's thinking one more time will be the charm. Looks like he's coming back in.
Ouch. Lights out. DDT connects.
Look at this, Byron.
Bigger forehead scissor drink.
Needs to escape and does. Gets free from that painful hold.
Thunderous power slam.
Ooh, what a nasty headbutt delivered. And what now? Oh. How disrespectful is this?
Oh, my God. Ooh, chucked that chair right at him.
Being placed in the corner here.
His superstar has control of their opponent, driving them down to the canvas. And what's next? From the middle row.
Beautiful splash.
Is it enough? The cover. 2 count. Oh, my God.
How is that not 3?
Hard landing.
And Charlotte can't find an answer for these attacks.
Everything's in Mark's favor now. No idea where this one's heading.
It knew what was coming there.
Charlotte showing she's not out of it.
The U-turn Charlotte needed in this match could have been that right there.
Tossed back into the ring. She's rummaging around under the ring here.
The universal signal for extreme. The kendo stick has entered the fray.
Gut kick.
Nothing fancy there.
These two going strike for strike, it seems.
Neither competitor is backing down.
Back and forth, neither one giving up any ground. Each exchange just sapping the energy from these two. Ooh!
Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is letting up.
Ooh! Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up. Oh, looks like we got ourselves a hockey fight. Ending this test of wills with a big
powerful. Charlotte's web.
Digging deep for a kick out.
I didn't think we'd see a kick out there.
Charlotte with the spear.
And the queen of all eras, Mick.
We got a cover. Yeah, no, he doesn't get the 3. Placing him in the corner here. Knife edge chop.
The queen is looking to put this thing away.
Figure 4 locked in. She's got a bridge, Corey.
Figure.
She decides to just let go, but why let go of the submission?
Not a strategy we often expect to see.
Nasty chop delivered by Charlotte. Natural selection. Does that finish Mark Henry for good?
Makes a cover. Kick out.
So close. That could have been it.
Ooh, what a damaging blow. She's headed outside now.
I wonder what her game plan is. And it looks like she has swift justice in mind. Going for the kendo stick like that.
Critical time in this matchup.
This is a time to dig deep.
Is it enough? The cover. 2. Kick out. She still has life.
This is insanity.
Did you expect anything less?
And she anticipated what was coming.
Nothing fancy here. Backbreaker.
Mark Henry has his opponent up.
World's strongest slam.
Will Henry take advantage?
Cover. 2. It wasn't enough. She kicked out.
You come at Charlotte Flair, you take your best shot. But the queen isn't looking to relinquish her crown anytime soon.
I can see it in the eyes from here. Disbelief. Unbelievable how this one is still going on. Oh, this is just flat out punishment. Boom. Boom. Kick connects. He's heading to the outside. Better watch for the referee's count.
He has a kendo stick in hand, and this place just turned into South Swanson Street.
Gets out of the way of that one.
Oh, what a chop.
That'll light you up.
Shot right to the ribs. And Mark has earned the upper hand here.
Charlotte trying to withstand this surge.
Slam!
And all that's left is one thing, one finishing touch.
Mark Henry. World's strongest slam.
Dishing out the big guns once again.
He gets the late fall.
Military press.
Ooh! Over and over again, getting beaten down with force.
Ooh! And Henry going hard on the offense again.
All of Charlotte's work is being broken down by the second. She's in some real trouble.
What a raucous crowd here tonight. A consistent attack being mounted on Flair.
Everything's in Mark's favor now. A little mental chess here from Mark Henry.
That could make an opening for her.
He saw that being telegraphed. Spear by the Queen.
Agile movement.
Charlotte Flair steps through. Here we go. Figure 8. Let's go. She just released the hold.
Maybe she has something better in mind. Oh, yeah.
Into the cover.
Oh!
Well into the match. And she gets the fall.
slam. Will it be? I think so.
Add that to his score.
Pow, what a shot.
Oh, a debilitating elbow drop.
And I'm concerned about all the damage that has been done here.
Yeah, there's only so much your body can take before it gives out. Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam.
Is that what it takes to beat Charlotte?
An important fall for him here. Oh, what a clubbing blow.
Ooh, walloped by a huge club.
Taking on even more brutal damage there.
She's really taking a beating tonight. I don't think she's got much left.
Heave the side into the cover.
He's got a fall in the back.
She knew how to evade that.
Flawless takedown.
Uh-oh. Face full of turnbuckle.
Laser focused on the arm there.
This is just establishing dominance.
Oh, what a stomp right to the chest. Are you kidding me?
Rising up on spaghetti legs. This is not where you want to be. Flair delivering the chop. Followed by natural selection.
Bow to the crown. It's over.
Makes the cover. She's able to get the fall here.
Look at this.
Oh, from the rope. Charlotte now showing off her wide arsenal.
Henry trying to withstand this surge.
Charlotte Flair setting up into a handspring clothesline. Cover. There's two. She earns the fall. We're at a vital stage in this matchup, and this audience is fully aware of it.
Yeah, they know another turning point can come at any... Charlotte Flair with a trademark chop and natural selection.
It's over. You can't survive that again.
Going for the cover. And she's just scored a fall here.
Like a brick wall running into you.
We're a quarter of the way into this match now, gentlemen.
Tied up at this stage, this could really be anyone's game still. Vicious, downright savage club right there. Ooh! What a kick.
Ripped all the way back to a vertical base and driven down face first.
Double axe handle.
Tossed hard into the ring post.
Just a continuous rush on Charlotte here. This one is all covered. Is it enough? And there he goes, scoring the fall.
This is still a race to see who can dictate the pace. And with a one-fall advantage, we know exactly who is doing that.
Oh, she just looking to survive now.
Yeah, this is troubling. Can only hold on for so long now.
Connecting with a sharp elbow. Oh, what a boot.
And once again, Mark hit with a hard shot from the competition.
Yeah, Charlotte is giving her all as this match continues on. Uh-oh, something big is coming.
Do a neck breaker. Cover. There's two. She got it. She earned the fall.
Ooh-wee. Oh, predicted what was coming.
Brings down a hammer to turn the tide.
Got the underhook.
Nice standing backbreaker and takedown.
And there's Charlotte finding the energy to keep attacking.
Mark Henry had moments in the driver's seat, but now he's hanging on by a thread here.
Drop kicked all the way to the floor.
From the top. And completely missed the mark.
Taking flight only to find nobody home at ringside. What a disastrous miscalculation. I'm worried our announce table will soon be in the line of fire here.
Who cares about the table? What about us?
What impact! Right in the kisser. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, my, what a splash.
Dazed and confused, and things are only about to get worse.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. Charlotte is in trouble.
And he managed to pull it off. He got the fall.
Charlotte with the spear.
Uh-oh. In position, waiting for an opening.
They're delivering the chop. Natural selection.
The Queen has this wrapped up.
Charlotte just rubbing it in now.
Running swanton.
Oh, look at this. Trapped now in just that sharp elbow.
Oh, man, Charlotte just bending that leg to her will.
Caught with the knee.
He's got to make some moves here or suffer the countout.
Clearing off the announce table. This can't be good.
Nothing but bad intentions in mind, I'm sure.
She's able to get one there. And he scores a fall here.
Big elbow. Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head.
Driven down face first.
Charlotte is really feeling the pain that's been dealt out so far.
I know she's tough, but even this is almost too much.
Getting dangerously close to ending it all there.
I love this. Here we go. The giant swing.
The giant swing. Shoulder to the stomach. Oof. Kick right to the gut. for their opponent.
Fends it off. Good counter.
Boom! Down they go. What a move.
And concern being shown across Henry's face at this point.
Charlotte has been an aggressor throughout this match, and that was a major reminder. Reaching the end of the official's count. Come on, let's not end things like this.
Calculating the next move here.
Struggling to find a base. Time could very well be running out.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. And this has to be the end of it.
2. Somehow he's able to get a fall this late in the match.
In full control here. Face first.
Shoulder right to the midsection. Just using their foot as a weapon.
So ruthless. Cinching in a waist lock, but right hands.
Manages to fight out with a series of punches. Power slam.
The Queen looking disgusted to be in the ring with her opposition now.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. That might topple the Queen. Oh, man. Chucking the steps right into them. Oh, look at this amazing power. Press slam. Hitting the elbow drop. No. Throwing those steps with such disregard.
Will this be enough? He's in deep waters now, but gaining that fall proves he's still got fight.
Thunderous club comes down. Very effective.
Mark Henry has his opponent up.
World's strongest slam.
Will Henry take advantage?
2. And he just pulled through to score a fall here.
Military press.
Ooh. Now Mark Henry has the firm upper hand. Charlotte needs to find a way to reverse her fortunes.
Driven down.
And the scary thing is, these attacks are being done with great ease.
Just disrespecting their opponent in the corner. On the throat in the corner.
Oh, counters right into the breadbasket.
Spear by the Queen.
Into the cover. And she was able to pull through and score a fall. Counters to gain the advantage. And he gets the fall.
his opponent up. World's slam!
That finally has to slam the door shut and end this.
And that will be a fall for him.
Fast movement gets her out of the way.
This is a situation you want to avoid. Scout it and fire back with a punch straight to the face.
Nasty chop delivered by Charlotte. Natural selection. Henry might be down for good.
Cover! Oh, he was almost finished.
Are we sure that wasn't 3?
Just about as close as you can get.
And I think Charlotte may have to figure out a new game plan here.
And he avoids what was coming.
What a point!
Kick to the back.
And Henry going hard on the offense again.
The Queen is dealing with a serious threat to her throne here.
And Charlotte on the receiving end of even more offense.
And the fact that Mark Henry has this much left in the tank here is impressive. That's a great fall.
This could do it! He got it. He got the fall. Running power slam. Will it be?
I think so.
And that fall will get added to his score.
Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam. Mark Henry might decide it right here.
2. And it's enough to earn him the fall. Hip drop.
I've been waiting to see that.
Rising to a vulnerable position. Trouble is looming. Earth-shaking power slam.
And Mark still has plenty of hits left in him.
Yeah, Charlotte has to find a way to shrug off all the pain.
She counters it.
Charlotte might be waking up.
But Charlotte still has more to do to get this fully in her.
Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of him.
Look at the grip of this hold. It is in deep.
Couldn't fight the pain any longer. Has to tap. Stalking here could be a prelude to something big. A defensive elbow to the gut ends that. Boom!
The clock. That should do it right there. And got it. The fall is hers. Ooh. Oh.
Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam.
There's no chance you're coming back from another one of those.
He got one. He racks up a fall.
Saw what was coming and got out of dodge quick.
Will it be? Getting a fall under her belt here.
Charlotte Flair with a trademark chopping.
Oh, natural selection by Charlotte.
Does that finish Mark Henry for good?
Looking for the pin. And she scores the fall.
Put into the corner. What could be next? Dismantling the arm in the corner. Gotta hurt. Beautiful dragon screw takedown. Seamless transition into the leg lock. Expertly applied leg lock. Target acquired. This only ends one way. Lift off. Axe handle from the middle rope. Got the leg. Working the leg with that move.
And the punishment on the leg is adding up.
Yeah, and it's got to cause difficulty getting around.
Turning the tables.
Mark managing to find some of that needed breathing room.
Henry was being tested and was finally able to get some offense of his own in.
And there's more damage getting piled onto Charlotte.
Just amazing resilience from Mark Henry, willing himself to the brink of victory. She saw that coming.
Got the underhook. Nice standing backbreaker and takedown. Brought back into the ring from the floor now. Oh, what a club. Oh, did you hear that? Neckbreaker. Lock it in, the Dragon Sleeper. He might tap. This might be a fall.
He's fighting with all he's got.
And she releases her own submission. And I have to question as to why she would do that.
This looks like she's setting the foundation for a masterfully laid trap. Charlotte Flair stepping into the figure four. Can she complete the bridge?
And she lets go of the hold.
Maybe she didn't like the leverage or grip she had on that submission, Cole.
Charlotte Flair sizing up her opponent. There's a handspring into a clothesline. Amazing.
Cover! Two. They put it on the board. She earns the fall.
Oh, man.
Following takedown, got the shoulders down.
He went for it and scores the fall.
Power slam.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Knees up just in time. Using the elbow to escape the attack.
Just sent crashing to the arena floor. Caught with a lariat.
Down with force. Bang! Mark Henry turning up the intimidation factor.
Oh, come on. This is just ridiculous now.
Oh, and that's what she gets for taking her eyes off her opponent. Ooh!
Clothesline.
Ripped all the way back to a vertical basin, driven down face first.
And now thrown back into the ring. Oh, what a clubbing blow.
Mark Henry has his opponent out. World's strongest slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
He scores a fall deep into this match. Oh, what a clubbing blow. Stiff headbutt.
Diamond-plated steel coming at you.
And Henry going hard on the offense again.
Here's where Charlotte's ability to endure could get called into question.
Power slam.
Good night.
Got the full Nelson.
Shoulders down. He scores the ball, showing great stamina now. Oh, what a clubbing blow. Oh, God. And Charlotte takes another beating there.
Henry's done a great job to stay alive, but has to think about ending matters quickly. What a splash.
Oh, man, we all know what's coming here.
Mark Henry.
Strongest slam. That's it. That finally has to do it.
Fatigue is setting in, but he's able to score a fall here. Oh, big boot.
Boom, right across the small of the back.
And Mark still has plenty of hits left in him.
Yeah, Charlotte has to find a way to shrug off all the pain.
Forearm club. A fire has been lit inside the world's strongest man.
Uh-oh.
She reverses and creates an opportunity. Ooh.
Drop kick hits hard, lands harder.
Looking as locked in as ever. I think we know what's coming.
No. What a cross body.
Showing reckless abandon. There was every chance that could have gone wrong, but instead, it was right on the money.
And gets tossed back into the mat. Oh, Charlotte Flair! Can she bridge into the figure eight? Letting go of her hold here.
Maybe she thinks enough damage has been done. Charlotte Flair sizing up her opponent. There's a handspring into a clothesline. Amazing.
Cover! 2. Well into the match, and she gets the fall. Oh, right to the side of the face. Reverse back elbow.
So precise.
Oh, my Lord. What contact. And again, Henry gets caught by the opposition.
The Queen is looking for a chance to deliver a knockout blow.
Oh, he saw it coming.
Henry finally creates some more offense for himself.
Could be the table turner Mark desperately needed.
Not looking good in this position.
Shot to the throat.
Oh, man. Chucking the steps right into them.
Elbow drop.
Attacking the arm.
Great way to break down your opponent.
A big splash.
Rising
Rising up on spaghetti legs. This is not where you want to be.
Mark Henry.
Strongest slam.
That might topple the Queen.
2 count. That fall goes to him late in this match.
Ooh!
And a well-timed counter.
Charlotte might be waking up.
Yeah, Charlotte able to stop that.
Mark Henry.
Strongest slam. Will Henry take advantage?
There's 2. He picks up the fall.
Power slam.
Oh, this is just ruthless.
And a man slam. And Mark still has plenty of hits left in him.
All of Charlotte's work is being broken down by the second. She's in some real trouble.
Bang! What a boot.
Connecting with a sharp elbow.
What now?
Stomp to the guts. Oh, an insult to injury.
An overbearing assault on Charlotte now.
Dangerous situation when Henry gets going like this.
And face planting them into the canvas.
Waiting to strike. Brace for impact.
Lifting their opponent up. Draping him right over the ropes here.
Big boot.
Soaring out of the ring, looking to do as much damage as possible.
She turns it around with the reversal. A fire has been lit inside the world's strongest man.
The Queen's perseverance being tested here.
Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head and face planting them into the canvas.
And we can say we've now got into the 4th quarter of regulation time in this Iron Man match.
And it would be a true miracle for anyone to come back from this deficit.
Whoa, serves him up there. Maybe that'll change his attitude. Oh, man, inverted backbreaker. Ow. Oh, nice balance. Into the knee drop.
Cover! 2 count. And she picks up a late fall. Leg drop, bulldog.
Sharp knee rocks her. Scoop slam. Now hitting the ropes. Here they come.
Big splash.
Watch out, tossing those steel steps like they're nothing.
And now the hunter has a weak prey about to pound.
Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam.
Goes to the well one more time. No one's getting up from that. Down to opponent and a double axe handle smash.
Mark Henry. Strongest slam.
And that could doom Charlotte.
2. And he scores the fall there. Connects. Saw it coming.
Flair delivering the chop.
Oh, natural selection by Charlotte.
Did Charlotte just end this?
Makes the cover. She gets the fall.
Charlotte just rubbing it in now. Boom, right to the midsection. Alley-oop. Uh-oh, way too... Oh, diving moonsault! Cover! 2 count. She gains the fall. Sudden kick connects.
Spear by Charlotte.
Will it be?
She gets the fall.
Nasty chop delivered by Charlotte. Natural selection.
That has to be the one that ends this.
Makes the cover. She's able to get one there. Knife edge chop. Woo! And Henry cannot find an answer for these attacks. Charlotte displaying all of her ability.
This match is going to come down to who has the better endurance, who can capitalize on the small opportunities, because there probably won't be many.
I agree, Corey. It's going to be evident in a hurry who's been working on their cardio to build up their stamina.
As the saying goes, fatigue makes cowards of us all.
From behind, schoolboy,
Shoulders down. And a kick out.
big boot.
Headbutt to the back of the neck.
Ooh.
Turned it around with a reversal. She's back in the ring now.
Oh my gosh, with one hand.
Just got thrown around like a sack of you-know-what.
Uh-oh.
Nothing fancy there.
Oh, a handful of hair, that's disrespectful. Oh, and a mat slam too.
And Charlotte is being controlled here.
Yeah, impressive offense from Henry.
That'll turn your lights out. Looking for something, anything under the ring.
He's got a kendo stick, a weapon we've seen used to great effect time and time again.
Pacing yourself is the name of the game when it comes to the Iron Man match. Sure, getting the early falls can be important, but the last thing you want to do here is overexert yourself too early.
From way up.
Oh, back landing. That's not what she had planned.
Up and cover. No, a kick out.
That's still a quick kick out at this point.
Like a brick wall running into you. Target acquired. This only ends one way.
Look at this. This can't be good.
Put down face first.
And she's only taking more damage at this stage.
In an Iron Man match, you have to worry about two things: your opponent and the clock. I think this is a good pace so far.
And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count.
I guess he thinks the one thing missing in this match is a steel chair.
My goodness, came down like a hammer on that arm.
Oh, what a knee strike.
knee right on target. Crank in the head.
Taking aim on the arm.
Oh! Charlotte maintaining a ruthless attack.
Henry needs to find an opening fast. Charlotte Flair with a trademark chopping.
Followed by natural selection.
Terrible position for Henry.
Here's the pin.
Amazing! Are we sure that was not a freak out?
You can't count that high, Saxton, but that was one of the closest near falls you'll ever see.
And Charlotte will have to go back to the drawing board and try and get things back where she wants them.
Oh, he slips out of...
Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of him.
Could we be looking at a fall here?
Might need to surrender just for... He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
Mark Henry has his opponent up.
Shoulder slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
2. And there he goes, picking up the fall early in this one. She was ready with the counter. Look at this, Byron.
Figure 4 head scissor draining all.
Trying to break the hold and is able to do it. Critical escape. She's looking for something under the ring to even her odds here.
If you're looking to cause quick, sharp damage, you can't go wrong.
Shoulders down. Kicks out. He still has life.
Obviously still has some fight left. Charlotte Flair looking to cinch in the figure 4 leg lock. Can she bridge through?
Let's go. She just released the hold.
Maybe she has something better in mind. Sky high.
Body on body. Is it enough? The cover. 2. And still in this.
That is just pure instinct at this point. Looking as locked in as ever. I think we know what's coming. Oh, cracking the kendo stick across the head.
What a way to get out of that one.
And the Queen hits a spear. This is what true royalty looks like. Charlotte with an attack worthy of a queen.
Flair delivering the chop. Followed by natural selection. Does that finish Mark Henry for good?
He's able to get the fall here. My goodness, did you hear that chop? Big boot.
Struggling to find a base. Time could very well be running
Up high.
Nobody home. What an impact. Placing her against the turnbuckle.
Full control of their opponent, slamming their opponent right in front of the corner with more in mind here. Look out! Splash! What now?
Oh, yikes! A stomp to the guts.
Bang. Stomp to the belly. He's looking for something. This could get dangerous.
Run! He's got his head no stick! A narrow escape. And a clothesline. Drops the elbow.
Coming back to her torso area. This could become a strategy.
Driven down face first.
Focusing on the leg there.
And I ask, the way these combatants have been unloading on one another, how are they still going?
I think they're running on pure adrenaline alone now. His This is truly awesome. The giant swing.
Gotta get back into the ring quickly. Otherwise, this match is over. Lifting their opponent up. Draping them right over the ropes here. Big boot.
Absolutely reckless abandon, and it paid off.
Adrenaline's at a peak right now.
Looking for the front waist lock.
And countering into an arm drag.
Charlotte showing how much punishment she can withstand before dishing out some of her own.
The U-turn Charlotte needed in this match could have been that right there.
You can feel it. The place is rocking.
The WWE Universe making their feelings known.
Here's a cover. Could be it. She gets a fall here in the deep waters.
Has them set up in the corner of the ring.
Stops the count at 2.
You got to question, how much is it worth? How much is it worth to continue through the agony?
It's obviously worth everything. Obviously worth every drop of sweat on the ground.
Bang! Backbreaker. And concern being shown across Henry's face at this point.
Yeah, Charlotte is giving her all as this match continues on. Ooh!
Oh, he flips that around.
Got their opponent up.
Snake eyes.
Mark Henry. World's strongest slam.
Will Henry take advantage?
Cover. 2. Kick out. She's not done yet.
Charlotte Flair proving why she's been the measuring stick in the women's division for so long. A lesser competitor would have stayed down for 3.
Everything possible was done to win there, but it just fell short.
A little mental chess here from Mark Henry. Got the full Nelson.
Slam! Fishing for something beneath the ring.
A steel chair? Something we all know can be a devastating weapon.
Good night.
Boom! Gets herself out of harm's way.
Clothesline!
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Charlotte is losing grasp of this match now.
Everything's in Mark's favor now. Nasty chop delivered by Charlotte. Natural selection.
And again, and that's gotta be it.
Cover! Adding to her score late into the match.
He's able to slip away from that. And there's a neck breaker.
Lock it in, the Dragon Sleeper. It's locked in. He's got to be looking for an out here.
Agony on his face. He has.
Letting go of her hold here.
Maybe she thinks enough damage has been done. Ooh, man! The Queen setting up. Opponent and drops the knee.
Charlotte going for the figure 4. Once she locks it in, if she can bridge out to the figure 8, this one's over. Locked in tight. Charlotte, let's go over a submission hold.
Not sure what she's got planned here.
Charlotte Flair setting up into a...
And stays one step ahead.
Like, we got a cover. And he scores the fall. Stiff headbutt. He's looking for an implement of destruction under the ring.
He grabbed the chair. Now would be a good time to run.
Using that chair to play mind games with his opponent. Stop to the gut. And Henry is still bringing the fight.
All of Charlotte's work is being broken down by the second. She's in some real trouble.
What a match this has been. What a fight.
And we are all glad to be witnessing such an extraordinary match tonight. Big splash.
Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam.
Nothing Charlotte Flair can do now.
2. And somehow he's able to gain a fall.
Looking for more damage here. Release back suplex. Ouch.
And there's more damage getting piled onto Charlotte.
And the fact that Mark Henry has this much left in the tank here is impressive.
Oh, to stop.
Waiting to strike. Brace for impact.
Steel chair to the temple. Oh. Slowly rising, looking like a very easy target here.
Look out!
Cross body.
Whoa! Throwing all caution to the wind and leaping to the outside.
Pinpoint aim right to the arm.
Thrown out of ringside and back to the mat.
Charlotte Flair sizing up her opponent. There's a handspring. Into a clothesline. Amazing.
Is it enough? The cover. 2. Late in the match, and she scores a fall.
Man, the neck breaker.
Flair now is dictating the pace.
The world's strongest man has to weather a storm here.
Oh, the physicality on display there. Unbelievable. The first quarter of this match is now in the books.
And we have a 1-fall deficit. This is where you go beyond your standard prep.
Mark Henry. Strongest slam.
Mark Henry might decide it right here.
2. Well into the match, and he picks up the fall. Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Those are folding chairs, but they get unique pinning combination.
And she's just scored a fall here. Caught that and reversed it.
Boom. Nice.
Uh-oh. Backbreaker.
Oh, look at this amazing power. Press slam. Whoa, that was a stiff chair shot to the dome.
Total impact. An overbearing assault on Charlotte now.
Yeah, impressive offense from Henry.
Able to counter with a takedown.
Charlotte showing she's...
Charlotte Flair tying up her opponent in the figure 4 leg lock. Can she exacerbate the pain?
She releases the hold.
No harm in changing things up if a submission isn't working the way you want it to.
Getting set up in the corner now.
Yes! Second chance worked out for the Queen.
2 count. She got it. She earned the fall.
And an early 2 falls advantage in this match. That's got to be a confidence boost.
Big clothesline. And again, the head has been the target here.
It's a surefire way to keep your opponent out of sorts. feel the sting of the kendo stick, and I do not care for it. She turns that attack. Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam. This has to be the one that ends this.
2. He scores himself a fall.
Ooh, what a nasty headbutt delivered. And what now? Oh. How disrespectful is this?
Closed fist punch to the jaw. That's one way to break up a move.
Nasty chop delivered by Charlotte.
Natural selection.
Henry might be down for good.
Shoulders are down. Cheers the fall.
Lifts their opponent's legs and
Shoulders down. There it is. She scored the fall.
Oh.
Neckbreaker. Just absorbing way too much damage at this stage.
Oh, he surely doesn't have much left in him. It's like we're looking at The Walking Dead here.
Flair stepping through, has it locked in, figure 4. Perhaps looking for the bridge, there it is.
She decides to just let go, but why let go of the submission?
Not a strategy we often expect to see.
Got the leg and dropping the elbow.
No time dodging the attack.
Charlotte turning the tide to her favor.
Henry needs to find an opening fast. Wow, the first one didn't, but the second one landed.
Incredible.
2. And she scores a fall. And he retaliates. Squeezing the breath out of them.
Devastating. Couldn't take it anymore. Has to tap.
And all that's left is one thing, one finishing touch.
What a clothesline. Crank in the head.
Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head.
Driven down face first. Looking for the
power with a sidewalk slam.
Will it be? And here is the fall. Driven down. A consistent attack being mounted on Flair.
This one is all Henry right now.
Mark Henry. World's strongest slam.
Will Henry take advantage? Cover.
2 count. And yes, he just got a fall there.
Oh no, the referee catches a misfire.
Trying her best to fight out of harm's way.
Boom. Down they go. What a move. Into the cover. Getting a fall under her belt here.
Flair delivering the chop, followed by natural selection.
Does it again, and there's no way to come back from that.
The cover! And she gets the fall.
vicious.
What a face buster.
What's she looking for under the ring?
Looks like she's opting to go with the old classic, a steel chair.
Narrowly escaping there.
A big boot. And her head has bared the brunt of most of these attacks.
And they're starting to show their effects. She looks glassy-eyed.
And Mark still has plenty of hits left in him.
Here's where Charlotte's ability to endure could get called into question.
Oh, no, 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 no. Strongest flag. Is it enough? The cover. Deep into this match, and he's able to get the fall.
Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head.
Driven down face first.
And Mark has earned the upper hand here.
Charlotte's got to get it together to avoid disaster.
Charlotte demanding respect from her subjects in attendance. Looking for the
Power with a sidewalk slam.
And Charlotte on the receiving end of even more offense.
And the fact that Mark Henry has this much left in the tank here is impressive.
Loving blow. Oh, look at this here, guys. Look at this.
Back suplex into a powerbomb. My goodness.
Just a continuous rush on Charlotte here.
Mark Henry has his opponent up. Strongest slam.
Is that what it takes to beat Charlotte?
There's two. Adding to his score late in the match.
Down to opponent and a double axe handle smash.
Mark Henry.
Strongest slam. Will Henry take advantage?
Two. Deep in this thing, he gets the fall.
Dangerous position for the referee there.
And an answer from her.
Charlotte with the spear.
Shoulders down. Cheers the fall.
Got the underhook. Nice standing backbreaker and takedown. The Queen looking to finish things off. Here's the figure four.
And she lets go of the hold.
Maybe she didn't like the leverage or grip she had on that submission, Cole.
On jelly legs, about to stumble head first into danger. Up high.
She completely missed there.
Will this be enough?
Fatigue is setting in, but he's able to score a fall here.
Ooh, merciless looking blow.
Shoulder right to the midsection. And Henry is still bringing the fight.
Yeah, Charlotte has to find a way to shrug off all the pain. And into the turnbuckle he goes. Got their opponent seated there on the middle rope, looking for leverage.
Neck breaker.
Uh-oh, something big is coming.
Oh, my.
Oh, nice balance. Into the knee drop.
Shoulders down. Well into the match, and she gets the fall.
Wait a minute, setting in. Devastating submission coming.
Could we be looking at a fall here?
A single leg camel clutch and a great counter.
Hoisted up and a big scoop slam. Picking up steam here.
Turns it around.
Flair delivering the chop. Natural selection.
There's no chance you're coming back from another one of those.
Cover. It put it on the board. Shears the fall.
Rising to a vulnerable position. Trouble is looming.
Nasty chop delivered by Shawn. Natural selection.
Terrible position for Henry.
And the cover. Adding to her score. Late into the match. Big boot! A ferocious attack put on here by Flair.
The world's strongest man has to weather a storm here.
Gonna small it back.
Hangs her opponent on the rope in perfect position. Neck breaker.
And what's in the cover? She gets a fall here in the deep waters.
Isolating the arm.
And a quick look at the clock tells us we're past the halfway point in this match.
Things are looking a little insurmountable. This match is grueling enough. You don't want to feel like you have to climb a mountain with kettlebells tied to your feet.
And there's Charlotte finding the energy to keep attacking.
Mark Henry had moments in the driver's seat, but now he's hanging on by a thread here.
Up high. Crash landing.
Hip attack, one impact.
Oh, impact to the stomach. Back and forth we go. Boom. So much pride, so much resiliency on display.
Oh. Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out.
What impressive determination from both competitors, keeping at each other no matter what. Both absolutely fist after fist, neither one relenting here.
That will leave you stunned.
We got a cover. She got it. Shear the fall. Down across the neck. The Queen stepping through. Here's the figure four. Yeah, now she's got a bridge into the figure eight. If she can do it, she's going to put this one away. And there it is. And she breaks her own submission hold. We don't see that often.
That can either psych out her opponent or come back to bite her.
Uh-oh. Way too much. Diving moonsault. Bam. Will it be?
I think so.
And she picks up a late fall.
Oh my goodness, dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball. Sharp elbow.
And concern being shown across Henry's face at this point.
Charlotte must be thinking about ending things sooner rather than later. Knee right on target.
Mark struggling to defend himself.
The Queen is holding the leverage in this match. He quickly gets out of dodge. Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
Just get out of the way, Saxton.
No, you know what? Stay right there, Saxton.
And now gets tossed into the ring. Mark Henry. World's strongest slam.
That has to be the one that ends this.
2. He got it. He got the fall.
Oh, stomping right onto the arm.
Lands the elbow. And Henry going hard on the offense again.
Here's where Charlotte's ability to endure could get called into question.
The crowd is behind Charlotte, and she knows it.
Cutting her off in the middle of her little performance. That's what you have to do.
Now Mark Henry has the firm upper hand.
This is where Charlotte will be tested.
Got the underhook. Bang! Backbreaker.
Nails the midsection. Boot to the stomach.
That's a free fall. Charlotte Flair sizing up her opponent. There's a handspring.
Handspring clothesline. Is it enough? The cover. 2. Later in the match, and she scores a fall. And once again, Mark hit with a hard shot from the competition.
Yeah, Charlotte is giving her all as this match continues on. Up high, cross body. Nasty chop delivered by Charlotte.
Oh, natural selection by Charlotte.
Henry might be down for good.
Cover. And she was able to pull through and score a fall. Oof. And Henry cannot find an answer for these attacks.
Charlotte isn't holding anything back.
Point of the elbow finds the mark.
Oh, and soon we could be seeing a submission here.
Submission locked in tight here.
We might be getting a fall on the scoreboard real soon.
Nice escape.
Thunderous power slam.
Mark Henry. World's strongest slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
There's 2. And it's enough to earn the fall.
Military press. Ooh. The power on display right now is ridiculous.
Oh, look at the scoop slam. And Henry is still bringing the fight.
All of Charlotte's work is being broken down by the second. She's in some real trouble.
And the Queen hits a spear. Cover here.
And she manages to get a fall.
Shot block. Brilliant.
Right to the back of the knee.
And again, Henry gets caught by the opposition.
Charlotte has been Flair delivering the chop. Followed by natural selection.
Does it again, and there's no way to come back from that.
Makes the cover. And she picks up a late fall. Oh. And Charlotte there getting in some more late offense.
Henry's been taken into deep waters here.
Figure 4 locked in. Charlotte gonna look for the bridge.
And she breaks her own submission hold. We don't see that often.
That can either psych out her opponent or come back to bite her.
Turns it around.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Cover. There's two. He scores a fall deep into this match.
Mark Henry has his opponent up.
Slam.
That might topple the Queen.
Two. And that fall will get added to his score.
Power slam.
Nasty stomp of the arm. And Charlotte takes another beating there.
Just amazing resilience from Mark Henry, willing himself to the brink of victory.
Driven down face first.
Oh no, eyes on the target. Lighten up the chest and now straight to the knee. Power slam.
Oh. Placed against the turnbuckles.
Charlotte clearly not thinking much of her opponent right here. Ooh, elbow strike.
Take off. Oh, coming down from way up top.
Is it enough? The cover! Two! It put it on the board. She earns the fall. Oh, man, that'll bend your arm.
A picture-perfect leg snap from Charlotte.
And Charlotte continues to pick apart the competition.
Henry's being taken into deep waters here.
Look at this, Byron.
Figure 4 head scissor draining all the energy out of the opposition.
Crucial moment. Will it get counter? Yes, not letting the submission attempt do any more damage here. This could do it! Deep into this match, and he's able to get the fall.
Big blow could be felt throughout the arena.
Hellacious power slam. Blair
Queen stepping through. Here's the figure four. Yeah, now she's got a bridge into the figure eight. If she can do it, she's going to put this one away. And there it is. She releases the hold.
No harm in changing things up if a submission isn't working the way you want it to.
Charlotte Flair setting up into a handspring clothesline. Cover. 2. She's able to get the fall here. Got the underhook. Bang! Backbreaker.
Charlotte Flair tying up her opponent in the figure four leg lock. Can she exacerbate the pain?
And she lets go of the hold.
Maybe she didn't like the leverage or grip she had on that submission, Cole.
Uh-oh. Way too high. Diving moonsaults. Is it enough? The cover. 2. And she scores a fall. Sharp chop. Neck breaker.
And into the turnbuckle he goes.
Knife edge chop echoing through the arena. Wicked chop. Moving him onto the top turnbuckle. Up top. Dangerous predicament here. Not quite sure what they're planning.
Oh, I think I know what they're planning.
Avalanche Spanish Fly.
Someone call a dentist.
An onslaught of offense from Flair.
Henry trying to withstand this surge.
Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of them.
Tapping out.
Here we go.
Ready for the giant swing!
Yes. Majority of the clock is gone. Iron Man testing these athletes' mettle.
Hopelessness has to be settling in now, down by so many falls. It'll be a miracle to turn the tide now.
Headbutt.
Golly.
Ripped all the way back to a vertical basin, driven down face first.
No! Throwing those steps with such disregard for their opponent.
Mark Henry. Strongest slam.
Mark Henry might decide it right here.
2. And somehow he's able to gain a fall.
Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam. This has to be the one that ends this.
2. He gets the late fall.
Able to save herself there.
This could do it. And she's just scored a fall here. Got the underhook. Bang! Backbreaker.
The Queen looking to finish things off. Here's the figure four.
Let's go over submission hold.
Not sure what she's got planned here.
Charlotte Flair steps through. Here we go. Figure 8. Let's go. She just released the hold.
Maybe she has something better in mind.
Dazed and confused, and things are only about to get worse.
Up high.
Body from the top.
Here's a cover.
Could be it.
There it is. She scored the fall.
Oh!
Steered away there.
Nothing fancy here. Backbreaker. Backbreaker. Elbow drop on target. She's been pushed past her limit here.
Yeah, she's really in trouble now. I don't know if she can turn it around.
Insulting. Down opponent and a double axe handle smash.
Looking to take the legs out. Oof, pounding the breadbasket.
Oh dear, this doesn't look good. Ouch! That's one way to get your opponent out of the corner. The speed with that elbow was mind-blowing.
And concern being shown across Henry's face to this point.
The Queen is looking for a chance to deliver a knockout blow. Ooh!
Stomping. Ouch.
And here we go. The Boston Crab.
Look at the back position.
Trying to fight out of this submission.
Boston Crab, no more.
This could be lights out.
That's it. That's a tap.
2.
Crippling attack on the knee.
Oh, man. Chucking the steps right into them.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. Charlotte is in trouble. She better hurry or she'll get counted out.
Thrown out of ringside and back to the mat. And into the cover. And he just pulled through to score a fall here.
Shoulder to the stomach.
Stopped them in their tracks with a kick to the gut.
Taken down to the mat. Charlotte just rubbing it in now. Charlotte going for the figure 4. Once she locks it in, if she can bridge out to the figure 8, this one's over. Locked in tight. Charlotte. And she releases her own submission. And I have to question as to why she would do that.
This looks like she's setting the foundation for a masterfully laid trap.
Will it be? She gains the fall. Oh, quick way to respond with the reversal.
Target acquired. This only ends one way.
Mark Henry. World's strongest slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
2 count. He has a fall to the scoreboard. Hip drop.
I've been waiting to see that.
Oh, man, we all know what's coming here.
Being carried around now.
Big slam. Got the full Nelson.
Slam.
press.
Stop right to the belly.
Right on target with a stop to the gut.
Sending her up on the top rope. Lands a timely reversal.
Shoots up their opponent. Massive body slam. Now on the move.
Uh-oh. In position. Waiting for an opening.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. That's it. That finally has to do it.
He's in deep waters now, but gaining that fall proves he's still got fight.
Looking for that sidewalk slam.
Flair is falling behind now.
Everything's in Mark's favor now. And face planting them into the canvas.
And Mark still has plenty of hits left in him.
Yeah, Charlotte has to find a way to shrug off all the pain.
Uh-oh, headbutt. Nothing fancy there. And with the clock where it is, we can say it is gut check time.
This match might be all but over. With the time left, it would be a miracle to overcome this lead. She might be waking up.
And now she can start to claw her way back into this fight.
Charlotte Flair setting up into a handspring clothesline. Cover. 2 count. And got it. The fall is hers.
Caught with a DDT.
And again, Henry gets caught by the opposition.
Charlotte has been an aggressor throughout this match, and that was a major reminder.
Clubbing blow to the back. Oh! That should do it right there. Adding to her score late into the match. Continues to pick apart the competition.
Mark can only consume this amount of pain for so long before succumbing to its effects.
Flair now is dictating the pace.
The world's strongest man has to weather the storm here. Henry reversing the momentum on him.
Could be the table turner Mark desperately needed.
And now placed in the corner. Charlotte with a barrage of strikes in the corner, now looking to up the ante. On the top rope, catches herself.
Wow, the first one didn't, but the second one landed.
Incredible.
And she manages to get a fall.
Flair delivering the chop. Natural selection.
Terrible position for Henry.
And going for the pin. Late in the match, and she scores a fall.
Devastating elbow.
Look at this, Byron.
Figure 4 head scissor, draining all the energy out of the opposition. Trying to fight out of this submit.
We have a tap out. Struggling to find a base. Time could very well be running out.
Mark struggling to defend himself.
Charlotte's really turning it up.
Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of them.
Tap out. There it is. Savage stomp right to the arm.
Oh, shoulder to the gut. Final moments of this match always ramps up the pace.
Ouch! That's one way to get your opponent out of the corner.
Getting lifted to the top rope.
Big shot connects. Precarious position on the top turnbuckle. Not a lot of real estate to work with. Look at this power.
Suplex. Cover. 2. So late in the match, but he's able to score the fall.
Ooh, walloped by a huge club. Brutal club.
What a forearm.
Charlotte Flair with a trademark chopping. Natural selection.
Does Charlotte cap this off?
Goes for the pin. And she gets the fall.
Charlotte with the spear.
Cover. Somehow, some way, they weathered the storm.
Here is your winner.
Corey, what's the strategic approach in an Iron Man match?
You just need to pick up a fall as fast as possible so that your opponent has to play catch-up. If you can't do that, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle the whole way.
By no means is the first fall a guarantee, though. We've seen plenty of big Iron Man match comebacks in the past. You cannot give up hope in a match like this. Ooh.
With the counter.
And gets sent right into the corner.
Forearm to the kidneys.
Merciless move, bashing your opponent's head like that.
Followed by the stomp.
An early pin attempt. He gets the shoulder up before 3.
Really caught him off guard going for it at this point.
Devastating knee to the neck.
And he counters. Obviously, in an Iron Man match, you want to score the first fall as soon as possible.
While that will put you ahead on the scorecard, you also have to remind yourself that this is a marathon, not a sprint. You can't spend all of your energy just to get that first fall, because that slim lead might soon turn into a huge deficit.
Uh-oh, Dragon Sleeper applied. This could be it.
It's crucially trying to get out of a submission, and does.
Oh man, he is fired up now.
Ooh!
Spear by the Queen. Right there,
The cover. Just kicks out.
close call. That was almost lights out.
Ouch.
What a chop.
And into the corner he goes. Really working on the leg.
Very effective.
Clearly had a strategy going on there with the attention on the leg.
Dangerous intentions in her mind right now.
Grabbing a kendo stick. Any connection with...
Mark Henry.
Whoa! Strongest slam. Mark Henry might decide it right here.
Cover. Breaks the count.
There's some shock in the arena after that kick out. What a shot.
Laying out with a power slam.
Charlotte Flair with a trademark chopping.
Oh, natural selection by Charlotte.
Does that finish Mark Henry for good?
Here's a cover. Could be it. Makes the cover. He kicks out at 2.
Getting that shoulder up now is huge. Vicious, downright savage club right there.
Oh, toss to ringside. She's out of the ring. The referee's count will begin soon.
Uh-oh. I don't know what she has planned with that kendo stick.
Oh, scattered that one. Whip back into the ring. Boom.
Legs are hooked. I think we know what's next.
We're going swinging.
Yes.
Big shot taken. That one's going to leave a welt.
Into the cover. She pops the shoulder up in 1.
We are this far into the match. Where is this energy coming from?
Driven down face first.
Ooh, point of the elbow counters that. Ooh.
Oh. Got out of there at the perfect time. Oh, no. Strongest splash.
And now the Hunter has a weak prey about to pounce.
Mark Henry has his opponent up.
Strongest slam.
Will Henry take advantage?
Is it enough? The cover. 2. He got it. Scored the fall. And she quickly turned that around. Shoulders are down. No! Kick out at 2.
Now is not the time to wallow in disbelief. Pressure must be kept on.
Stiff headbutt.
Some agility gets her out of dodge. Flair stepping through, has it locked in, figure 4. Perhaps looking for the bridge, there it is.
She decides to just let go, but why let go of the submission?
Not a strategy we often expect to see.
Got out of the way, but can he capitalize?
What a display of strength here. Ooh, right to the throat.
The WWE Universe showing the love for these superstars who have given them so much tonight.
Slamming their opponent into place. Curious to see what's coming next. From the second rope.
And a huge splash. Cover. There's 2. Kick out. She still has life.
You are not alone in your shock, Cole. We all thought that was it.
Mark Henry. Strongest slam.
And this has to be the end of it.
2. And a kick out. No one saw that coming.
Charlotte knows she's in a fight now. That move only enraged her more. The Queen's looking to make heads roll.
How draining was that? Can it be done again? Can that maneuver be summoned at least one more time?
coming here. She's getting fired up, ready to... Flair delivering the chop. Natural selection.
Terrible position for Henry.
Going for the cover. And she was able to pull through and score a fall.
Into a double knee drop.
Slowly rising, looking like a very easy target here.
From the top.
Double axe handle. And Charlotte shows she still has a burst of offense in her.
Yeah, Charlotte is giving her all as this match continues on.
Unloads with the boot.
They're just punishing their opponent now. Repeated elbows to the lower back. Oh, man. Chucking the steps right into them. Slam. Oh, no, no, no.
Is it enough? The cover! 2 count. He picks up the fall. Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
There's 2. Somehow he's able to get a fall this late in the match. Just a continuous
look out. It's on now.
He's able to.
2 Titans trading strikes and refusing to back down.
Nothing pretty here. Just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Oof. They are emptying their tanks, going back and forth like this. I can't believe this atmosphere.
Will it be?
I think so.
And he managed to pull it off. He got the fall.
Got out of the way that time. And there's the takedown.
Perhaps looking for some kind of equalizer here.
Clearly thinking a steel chair is what's needed right about now.
Mark Henry. Strongest slam.
That's it. No way to endure that again.
Is it enough? The cover. He scores the fall, showing great stamina now.
Ooh, got caught with a punch to the face.
Running power slam. And Charlotte on the receiving end of even more offense.
Yeah, Charlotte has to find a way to shrug off all the pain. Big-time power slam. Just another insane display of power.
Just using their foot as a weapon.
So ruthless. Hoisted up in a big scoop slam. Picking up steam here.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam.
Nothing Charlotte Flair can do now.
Makes the cover. And he scores the fall.
Looking for more damage here. Release back suplex. Ouch.
And Henry going hard on the offense again.
And the fact that Mark Henry has this much left in the tank here is impressive.
Blast off. Screw senton. Shoulders down. Kicks out. He still has life.
This is going to come down to who wants it more.
Ooh! And here we go. The Boston Crab. Look at the back position.
He might tap. This might be a fall. Boston Crab, no more. Shoulder tackle.
Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head and face planting them into the canvas. She dodges out of the way.
Headbutt. Oh, what impact. No clue what he hopes to find down there.
Bringing out that kendo stick means he is truly willing to go to the extreme. The Queen is looking to put this thing away.
Figure four locked in. She's got a bridge, Corey. Figure. Let's go. She just released the hold.
Maybe she has something better in mind. He's able to dodge out of the way.
Neck breaker. Went after the head and neck again.
Maybe trying to rattle the opposition's balance.
A sit-out mat slam. What impact.
Oh, man.
DDT. Charlotte maintaining a ruthless attack.
Flair is making the op.
Charlotte Flair sizing up her opponent. There's a handspring. Into a clothesline. Amazing.
Cover. Two. She got it. Sheared the fall.
Got the underhook. Nice standing backbreaker and takedown.
Charlotte Flair. The first step is the figure four. And Charlotte now bridging up.
She releases the hold.
No harm in changing things up if a submission isn't working the way you want it to.
She's getting something from under the ring.
She's got a chair, and her opponent is in her sights.
Charlotte Flair trying to fire herself up.
Got the underhook.
Bang! This could do it!
Make sure to like and subscribe, guys.
Well into the match, and she gets the fall.
Nasty chop delivered by Charlotte.
Natural selection. Bow to the crown. It's over.
Into the cover. And got it. The fall is hers.
Good grief. That's a chop that'll wake you up.
And Henry cannot find an answer for these attacks.
The world's strongest man has to weather a storm here. Boom!
And once again, Mark hit with a hard shot from the competition.
Henry's been taken into deep waters here.
Wards that off. What a response.
Cinching in the arm wringer, but
Well, that changed.
got the underhook.
Bang! Backbreaker.
Two falls apart.
Charlotte Flair setting up into a handspring clothesline.
Flair delivering the chop. Followed by natural selection. Going back to the well, hoping this one ends it.
Cover. Well into the match, and she gets the fall. Neck breaker.
And we have a one-fall deficit. This is where you go beyond your standard prep. This is where Iron Man training starts to come into play.
Oh, shot right to the kidney.
Just battering their opponent.
Charlotte now showing off her wide arsenal
personal. Charlotte exhibiting that genetic superiority. Oh, what a club.
Well into the match, and he picks up the fall. Oh, did you hear that?
Forcing her right out of the ring. Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head.
Driven down face first.
And Henry is still bringing the fight.
Just amazing resilience from Mark Henry, willing himself to the brink of victory.
Oh, look at this here, guys. Look at this. Power bomb.
The power on display right now is ridiculous. Lands an elbow.
And Charlotte is being controlled here.
Charlotte needs to find a way to reverse her fortunes.
Now trampling the opposition.
Now Mark Henry has the firm upper hand.
This one is all Henry right now.
Gotta act fast to beat the count.
The seconds are ticking away. Mark Henry turning up the intimidation factor.
You just love seeing him get knocked down a peg.
Oh, what a stop right to the chest. Are you kidding me? Will it be? She gets a fall here in the deep waters.
Got the underhook. Nice standing backbreaker and takedown. Charlotte Flair looking to cinch in the figure 4 leg lock. Can she bridge through?
And she breaks her own submission hold. We don't see that often.
That can either psych out her opponent.
Charlotte Flair setting up into a handspring clothesline. Oh my God, a steel chair.
Oh, man. Saw it coming and avoided it.
Like a brick wall running into you.
Oh, God.
Oh, oof. Got the full Nelson.
Slam.
Stalking here could be a prelude to something big.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. And that could doom Charlotte.
2. Deep in this thing, he gets the fall.
She's able to evade.
And she reversed it. And an elbow.
A demeaning gaze painted on Flair's face.
Using the elbow as a weapon.
In position, waiting for an opening.
Nasty chop delivered by Shawn. Natural selection.
Bow to the crown, it's over.
And into the cover. Getting a fall under her belt here. He answers right back. Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of them. She is struggling against it, taps out.
Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head.
Driven down face first.
Oh, man. about to stumble head first in. Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam.
There's no way you can take any more of those. This has got to be over.
And he gets the fall.
Military press.
Ooh, will it be? An important fall for him here. A reversal. Well scouted.
Finally, she's able to interrupt these attacks for a moment.
But Charlotte still has more to do to get this fully in her favor.
Oh!
Charlotte Flair! Can she bridge into the figure eight? And she releases her own submission. And I have to question as to why she would do that.
This looks like she's setting the foundation for a masterfully laid trap. Rising to a vulnerable position, trouble is looming.
Caught on the elbow.
Good golly, Miss Molly. He just flipped the script there.
Oh, clothesline.
Got them off their feet here. And she's returning fire. Oh, that hurt right to the kidney.
Golly.
A leg drop bulldog. Cover. 2. She gets the fall.
Something big is coming. Up high.
Through the air. It connects.
Coming down on their opponent like a sack of bricks.
Readjusting the furniture. We know how this ends.
Power slam.
Action now right here in front of us.
Guys, we may need to move soon.
Tossed back into the ring. Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam.
Nothing Charlotte Flair can do now.
2. He got one. He racks up a fall. Uh-oh. Headbutt. Nothing fancy there. And this is hard to watch, guys.
Yeah, each blow to the head is worse. And face planting them into the canvas.
And now looking even worse for wear.
And in these situations, it's hard to not get desperate, to start going for Hail Mary plays. Charlotte Flair with a trademark chop and
A natural selection. Does Charlotte cap this off?
The cover! And she was able to pull through and score a fall. Chop!
Oh my, dragon screw.
Wow, that hurt. And here we go. The Boston Crab.
look at the back position.
Could we be looking at a fall here?
Might need it. Boston Crab, no more.
Waiting to strike. Brace for impact.
Mark Henry. Slam.
Hold it out one more time. That has to do it.
2. That fall goes to him late in this match. Stomping the arm. Saw it coming. It counters it.
In the corner. Has to find a way out of there. The Queen teeing off. Making the climb all the way to the top. Charlotte Flair moonsault. Yes! Second chance worked out for the Queen.
She earns the fall.
his opponent up. World's strongest slam. And that could do Charlotte.
2 count. He scores himself a fall.
Got the full Nelson.
Slam! Charlotte has found herself in major trouble here.
Yeah, she's really in trouble now. I don't know if she can turn it around. A little mental chess here from Mark Henry.
Down opponent and a double axe handle smash.
Ooh, targeting the leg there.
Flair is falling behind now.
The Queen's perseverance being tested here. Clubbing blow.
Bam! She flipped that attack around.
Momentum isn't completely out of her side just yet.
The U-turn Charlotte needed in this match could have been that right there.
Knife edge chop. We're at the midway point now of this challenging Iron Man match.
And 3 points separating these athletes. If you haven't dug deep by now, you better start.
Lifts their opponent's legs. That's a free fall. Nothing Charlotte loves more than to gloat and say, I told you so.
And she'll back it up from the top. Big height, bigger impact.
Is it enough? The cover! There's 2. It put it on the board. Shears the fall. Counter. Saw it coming. Oh, nothing. Shoulders down. And he scores the fall there. Oh, what a club. Oh, jeez.
Mark Henry showing no fear, no intimidation. As was set up in the corner of the ring. The second time, standing moonsault.
Cover. 2 count. And she scores a fall. Got the underhook. Bang! Backbreaker.
Oh, putting focus on the arm here.
He has to be suffering here.
Figure 4 locked in. Charlotte gonna look for the bridge.
And she lets go of the hold.
Maybe she didn't like the leverage or grip she had on that submission, Cole.
Uh-oh. Way too long. Diving moonsault. Is it enough? The cover. 2. She gets the fall. On a leg drop bulldog.
This is a close cop. Flair stepping through, has it locked in, figure 4. Perhaps looking for the bridge, there it is.
Let's go over submission hold.
Not sure what she's got planned here. And look at this now, yes, applying the submission hold.
The submission is in, and I don't see him finding an escape.
Tapping now will save him from prolonged injury.
She decides to just let go, but why let go of the submission?
Not a strategy we often expect to see. Denied via a wicked punch to the stomach. right to the kidneys from behind.
Charlotte with the spear.
Will this be enough? Adding to her score, late into the match. On a leg drop, bulldog.
Charlotte Flair tying up her opponent in the figure 4 leg lock. Can she exacerbate the pain?
Letting go of her hold here.
Maybe she thinks enough damage has been done.
And Charlotte displaying this kind of demeanor must be an inherited trait.
Struggling to find a base. Time could very well be running out.
Up high, cross body. Anticipated that.
Find some payback with their own reversal.
Charlotte measuring her opponent and drops the knee. Looking as locked in as ever. I think we know what's coming.
That's what they call me, the hot shot. Knife edge chop echoing through the arena. This is an unyielding attack from Charlotte.
Flair is making the opposition bow down.
Oh, chop!
Rising to a vulnerable position. Trouble is looming.
Legs caught. Buster!
Oh no. Eyes on the target.
Simple waist lock.
Countered into a nice arm drag. Henry has his opponent up. Whoa! Strongest slam. Will Henry take advantage?
2. And he managed to pull it off. He got the fall.
Oh, look at this amazing power.
What a press slam.
Throwing those steps with such disregard for their opponent.
There's the takedown.
4.
Swanton.
6.
She better get back in the ring. Not much time left.
Up high.
Good Lord. Taking flight.
Took a leap of faith and connected perfectly. This could be just what they needed.
Oh my goodness.
Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting. Boom!
Face plant.
6. Brought back into the ring from the 4 now.
We can see a count out here.
The showstopper.
Charlotte Flair. The first step is the figure 4. And Charlotte now bridging up.
And she lets go of the hold.
Maybe she didn't like the leverage or grip she had on that submission, Cole.
Oh, man. And just in time, he gets out of there.
Like, cover here!
Well into the match, and he picks up the fall.
Big blow could be felt throughout the arena.
Oh, did you hear that? And there's more damage getting piled onto Charlotte.
The Queen is dealing with a serious threat to her throne here.
She fights back with the counter.
Ooh, sent straight into the ring post.
Contact to the back of the neck.
Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head.
Driven down face first.
Really needs to take this back to the ring ASAP. The referee's not playing around. Mark Henry.
Strongest slam. Again, going for the biggest attack possible.
He scores the fall, showing great stamina now.
And she just avoided some serious damage.
Cover. Is it enough? She's able to get one there.
Oh dear, this doesn't look good.
That's a free fall.
The Queen stepping through. Here's the figure four. Yeah, now she's got a bridge into the figure eight. If she can do it, she's going to put this one away. And there it is. She releases the hold.
No harm in changing things up if a submission isn't working the way you want it to.
Incredible athleticism. Lifting their opponent up. Oh, draping him right over the ropes here.
Big boot. Took flight and landed a direct hit.
Came in like a wrecking ball. I've never seen that hit so hard before.
And face planting them into the canvas.
And Mark still has plenty of hits left in him.
Just amazing resilience from Mark Henry, willing himself to the brink of victory.
Oh, right into a counter. Uh-oh. Oh, backbreaker.
Oh, diamond-plated steel coming at you.
This could do it. Fatigue is setting in, but he's able to score a fall here.
Ooh, walloped by a huge club.
Oh, with authority. Oh, and he gets discarded out of the ring.
Up high, all the way to the outside. Trying to do as much damage as humanly possible.
But at what cost?
The Queen looking disgusted to be in the ring with her opposition now.
And Mark Henry is really fired up.
A quick reversal.
Flair delivering the chop.
Oh, natural selection by Charlotte.
Henry might be down for good.
Neck breaker.
Absolutely spiked.
DDT.
That should do it right there. And she's just scored a fall here. Oh, ouch. Caught the leg. Fly. There it is. Reversal.
Spear by Charlotte.
Oh! The Queen looking to finish things off. Here's the figure 4.
Let's go. She just released the hold.
Maybe she has something better in mind.
Blast off!
Oh, she gets no reward on that one.
Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of them. She is struggling again.
Couldn't take it anymore. Has to tap.
Target acquired. This only ends one way.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
2. He gets the late fall.
Looking for the sidewalk slam.
3/4 of this Iron Man match now in the book as the fight continues.
And there's a healthy 3-fall lead on the board. It's time to go big or go home if you're behind.
Neck breaker.
Punishing power slam.
And there's more damage getting piled onto Charlotte.
All of Charlotte's work is being broken down by the second. She's in some real trouble.
Uh-oh. So hard into the ring post.
Uh-oh.
Alley-oop.
Nothing fancy here. Backbreaker. Backbreaker.
Playing out with a power slam.
Waiting to strike. Brace for impact.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam.
That finally has to slam the door shut and end this.
And somehow, he's able to gain a fall. Just like that, she turned it around. A consistent attack being mounted on Flair.
This is where Charlotte will be tested.
Boom! Read that one.
She's able to take a stand there.
She's starting to mount a rally, but is it too late?
Charlotte with the spear.
We got a cover. She's able to get the fall here. Knife edge chop. Woo!
Man. Charlotte Flair with a trademark chopping.
Oh, natural selection by Charlotte.
Henry might be down for good.
Cover here. Cover. Getting a fall under her belt here. Neck breaker.
Propped up in the corner.
This has been a very physical and draining.
Will it be?
Stopping the ref's count at 2.
How this match is still going on defies all reasoning. Uh-oh. Way too...
Holy time, high-risk attempt. Got the full Nelson.
Sis couldn't do it. So late in the match, but he's able to score the fall. Headbutt.
Military press.
And Mark still has plenty of hits left in him.
Henry's done a great job to stay alive, but has to think about ending matters quickly.
Uh-oh.
Has him in the corner, thinking of the next move.
Barrage of strikes by Charlotte in the corner now. All the way up to the top. Whoa!
And she picks up a late fall.
Got the underhook. Nice standing backbreaker and take. Charlotte Flair looking to cinch in the figure 4 leg lock. Can she bridge through?
Let's go over submission hold.
Not sure what she's got planned here.
Here we go. Body on body.
Wow.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting. Rising up on spaghetti legs. This is not where you want to be.
Defense from him.
Like a brick wall running into you. Oh, look at this aggression in the corner. Yeah, on the throat in the corner.
Just using their foot as a weapon.
So ruthless.
Getting her set up for something in the corner. Oh! Is there anything this superstar will not do?
Apparently not, because this is going to be nasty. Power slam for the top. Really trying to do everything she can to get back in this. A leg drop bulldog. Oh, what a quick answer. Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of them.
Uh-oh, this hold is locked in and she...
That's it. That's a tap.
Mark Henry turning up the intimidation factor. Kick to the body.
Hits their opponent's legs. That's a free fall.
And now the hunter has a weak prey about to pounce.
Mark Henry has his opponent up.
Slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
There's fall this late in the match.
Earth-shaking power slam.
Only a relatively short amount of time remains in what has been a war.
With the deficit on the scoreboard, I don't know if time will allow for a comeback.
Producing consecutive attacks. This is frightening strength here.
So ruthless. Here's a cover. Could be it. Deep into this match, and he's able to get the fall. Ooh, big blow. A fire has been lit inside of Henry.
Yeah, impressive offense.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. Hits it again, and that's gotta do it.
And he scores the fall.
Good golly, Miss Molly.
It's not over, but the score differential on the board is worlds apart. Every trick needs to come out in short order.
Stops the attack with a hit to the gut. Oh, man, right into the steel steps.
From the top.
Whoa, look out. I can't believe what we just saw.
I can't believe that didn't miss. Charlotte, and she knows it.
Charlotte Flair stepping into the figure four. Can she complete the bridge?
And she releases her own submission. And I have to question as to why she would do that.
This looks like she's setting the foundation for a masterfully laid trap.
He's really pushing the limit here, getting close to a count out. Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of them. She's trying to slip out of this submission.
No ropes within. Taps out.
Fends off the attack with an elbow.
Charlotte clearly not thinking much.
Whoa! You know what? Good riddance. That's what you get for taking the focus off of your opponent.
Check your face after that one.
Oh, what a power slam.
Working on the arm. Final moments of this match always ramps up the pace.
Flair delivering the chop.
Natural selection.
Does that finish Mark Henry for good?
Makes the cover. And she manages to get a fall. Step ahead there. Caught in a bad spot.
Can't prepare your face for that. with the back position.
Crucial moment in this Iron Man match. Looking to score a fall with this submission. He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
Yes, able to survive and pull through.
Here is your winner, the world's strongest man.
And this should be a real test of fortitude for these superstars. An Iron Man match. If you have the most falls at the end of the allotted time, you will secure the victory and the bragging rights.
Legacies are forged and legends created in an Iron Man match, gentlemen. This isn't just about wrestling ability. This is about endurance, about stamina, about who will be standing tall at the end of this one. Oh, man. Driving the elbow.
Clothesline!
This one's heading to the outside.
She countered that into her own offense. Uh-oh, has to find a way out of this. Remarkable power being shown here.
There's a lot of hard ways to land, but that might be the hardest. Ooh, sharp elbow.
Fires back with a crucial elbow.
Nice takedown. Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head,
Driven down face first.
That is the kind of move that leaves our jaws on the floor. Unbelievable. Gets out of dodge.
Uh-oh, Dragon Sleeper applied. This could be it.
Could we be looking?
Will it get counter? Yes, not letting the submission attempt do any more damage here.
Cuts off their offense with a swift elbow to the gut.
Point of the elbow, nailed it. Shoulders down. Is it enough? And he easily stops the ref's count.
Easy kick out there, but they'll get harder soon.
Shot to the chest.
Yikes, that'll either wake you up or knock you out. Into a double knee drop.
She heads out of the ring.
Needs to mind the official count. If you're going to grab a kendo stick, you better be prepared to use it.
Will this be enough? Fending off a 2 count there.
It's not over yet. Plenty left to go in this one.
Oh, well, Mark is certainly being tested now.
And you have to admit, all that training Charlotte puts in paid dividends there.
Snapping the neck.
A wicked headbutt. And just, how humiliating.
How disrespectful is this? But this can also light a fire under you, make you fight even harder. Oh man, he is... Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam. That might topple the queen.
2. She kicks out. I don't believe it.
This just has to be Charlotte's DNA. It's the genetics that caused her to kick out after that maneuver.
I thought it was over. The WWE Universe thought it was over. But you gotta do a little more to finally finish this.
Well-placed elbow drop.
Nothing fancy here. Backbreaker. Backbreaker. Cover. Is it enough? Shoulder up, shoulder up.
Both competitors digging deep into their well to keep this match going. Thunderous club comes down. Very effective.
Charlotte is losing grasp of this match now.
Everything's in Mark's favor now.
Oh! taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the official's count. And he's pulled the ring apron up, looking under there for something.
He's incoming. Oh, way off. That's a big mistake.
She gets around the attack.
Right to the knee.
She's pumping herself up, reaching out for that burst of energy. Bringing a steel chair into play here. Oh, real European uppercut.
Oh, great wherewithal there. Kick gets caught.
Reversal after reversal. These two have counters for days. Charlotte once again proving just why she is the queen.
Pinpoint precision and power there.
And gets tossed back into the mat. Oh, we got a cover. He breaks the ref's count before 2.
Still has a great amount of fight in them. Not going to let it end like this. Nasty chop delivered by Charlotte. Natural selection.
The queen has this wrapped up.
Cover! Shoulder up before 3.
Had to dig deep to break that pin.
But can it be done again?
The queen is looking to put this thing away.
Figure 4 locked in. She's got a bridge, Corey.
Figure.
And she breaks her own submission hold. We don't see that often.
That can either psych out her opponent or come back to bite her. Oh boy, she found a kendo stick. This match might just get hard to watch.
That should do it right there. And she gets the ball.
Looks like he knew what was coming up.
Bang. His opponent keeps piling it on him.
I think we can consider this the beginning of the end, gentlemen.
Slowly rising, looking like a very easy target.
Lift off.
Nobody ball. Good defense there. Forearm club.
And Charlotte takes another beating there.
The queen is dealing with a serious threat to her throne here. This is turning into an all-out battle. No holding back.
We could be here all night with the rate things are going. Got the full Nelson.
Slam!
Oof.
Boom! Down to Otis and a double axe handle.
Has their opponent down.
Gonna break someone's back and make them humble.
A fall could be scored right here.
Camel clutch applied. They're not gonna last long here.
Wait. The grip is broken.
Neck breaker. Mark Henry. World's strongest slam.
Charlotte is in trouble.
There's 2. Oh, kicks out.
I don't know where Charlotte found the strength to kick out of that one.
Throwing everything in the kitchen sink in there, but to no avail.
The noise surging through this arena is ridiculous.
It's the echoes of the universe witnessing a war. Full control of their opponent, slamming their opponent right in front of the corner with more in mind here. Look out!
Beautiful splash.
Clearly hoping something nefarious is beneath the ring.
Settling on the kendo stick. No good can come from this. He is... Bang! Bang, but that'll teach him not to take his eye off the ball. Big splash!
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. Hits it again, and no way this goes any longer.
He's in deep waters now, but gaining that fall proves he's still got fight. Catches the leg. Figure 4. Submission is in. She releases the hold.
No harm in changing things up if a submission isn't working the way you want it to.
He manages to slip out of the ring. Power slam.
And Henry going hard on the offense again.
And the fact that Mark Henry has this much left in the tank here is impressive.
Oh, getting smacked in the head with a chair. Shoulders down. That fall goes to him late in this match. Power slam.
This building is rocking right now.
Can you blame him?
Military press.
And Charlotte on the receiving end of even more offense.
All of Charlotte's work is being broken down by the second. She's in some real trouble.
But, oh, man, I really don't like the look of this, guys. You can see the pain.
Those focused attacks to the midsection might have done some lasting damage.
Tremendous pressure being applied in this head crank.
Whoa. Boom. Knee right to the side of the face. Ooh, she puts the brakes on that.
Charlotte might be waking up.
Yeah, Charlotte able to stop that surge dead in its tracks.
And now thrown back into the ring.
Brutal club.
And Mark has earned the upper hand here.
Charlotte needs to find a way to reverse her fortunes. Arm wringer. Ooh, eats a big right. Charlotte Flair with a trademark chopping.
Natural selection.
The Queen has this wrapped up.
Goes for the pin. She got it. She earned the fall.
Spear by the Queen.
Ooh, a direct headshot. Just sickening.
And Charlotte there getting in some more late offense.
The Queen is looking for a chance to deliver a knockout blow.
Turns that in his favor. Clothesline!
Right in the back of the neck.
Effective counter.
Beautiful chop block.
Charlotte Flair steps through. Here we go. Figure 8. Letting go of her hold here.
Maybe she thinks enough damage has been done. Able to avoid damage with an evasive maneuver.
This whole building is shaking.
Matches like this are what it's all about.
She escapes the attack. Took the leg.
Oh, man. That'll tear your hamstring. And he's made the leg a focal point.
Certainly been a point of emphasis for him in this match. Oh, no. Eyes on the target.
Got the underhook.
Nice standing backbreaker and takedown.
Just punishing their opponent.
And we're seeing more offense directed toward the head.
A smart strategy in any situation. Charlotte going for the figure four. Once she locks it in, if she can bridge out to the figure eight, this one's over. Locked in tight. Charlotte. And she releases her own submission. And I have to question as to why she would do that.
This looks like she's setting the foundation for a masterfully laid trap.
Chair shot delivered. And now we've reached past the quarter point of what will be a long night for these superstars.
And neither superstar has any ground to make up. Who knows how the remaining 3/4 of this match will go? Ooh, man, what a hit.
Ooh, he fends that off.
Henry reversing the momentum on him.
Henry tipping the scales a bit here. Big splash!
Oh, man, we all know what's coming here. Mark Henry has his opponent out. World's strongest slam. And that could doom Charlotte.
Face first into the chair.
Effective dodge there.
And the Queen hits a spear.
On jelly legs, about to stumble head first. Oh, look out.
All the way down to the floor.
Just couldn't line it up and collided with the ground.
On a leg drop, bulldog. Time for him to get back in the ring.
No one wants a count out here.
A handstand into a double knee drop.
Face first.
And he's got cartoon birds swirling over his head right now for sure.
All these attacks to the head. He's going to end up with a lot more than a splitting headache if this match goes on for much longer. Slam!
Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head.
Driven down face first.
Why are they coming over here?
Lots of space and concrete, that's why.
Whip back into the ring. Referee continues the count.
Not much time left here. Big elbow.
Into the cover. Adding to his score late in the match.
Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam.
Goes to the well one more time. No one's getting up from that.
And he just pulled through to score a fall here. Hip drop.
I've been waiting to see that.
2 falls can be a commanding lead. If they put the foot on the gas pedal, they can blow this thing wide open. Hellacious power slam.
And Charlotte on the receiving end of even more offense.
Here's where Charlotte's ability to endure could get called into question.
What's he hoping to find down there?
And we know when he has a chair in hand, things get messy in a hurry.
What a shot.
Target acquired and destroyed.
An overbearing assault on Charlotte now.
Dangerous situation when Henry gets going like this. Struggling to find a base. Time could very well be running out.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. Will Henry take advantage?
2 count. Deep in this thing. He gets the fall. Oh, she retaliates.
Charlotte showing she's not out of it.
The U-turn Charlotte needed in this match could have been that right there.
The Queen is looking to put this thing away.
Figure 4 locked in. She's got a bridge, Corey. Figure. Let's go over submission hold.
Not sure what she's got planned here.
Oh, man.
She scored the fall. Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of them.
Devastating. The pain's too great. That's it.
Oh, and it's reversed. She's going under the ring now.
Guess she was looking for her old pal named Kendo under there.
Ooh, and there's Charlotte finding the energy to keep it. This could do it. Late in the match, and she scores a fall.
Ooh.
To the stomach. No signs of either combatant backing down.
And concern being shown across Henry's face at this point.
Mark Henry had moments in the driver's seat, but now he's hanging on by a thread here.
Ooh! Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out. Big clothesline.
Ooh! And Mark has earned the upper hand here.
Charlotte's got to get it together to avoid disaster.
Scoop slam. Now hitting the ropes. Here they come.
She's vulnerable up on the top turnbuckle.
Opponent perched on the top rope, and looks like they're about to join them. This could be a hazardous situation here. Has their opponent scooped up.
Slam! That's a game ender, gentlemen.
2. He picks up the fall.
Down with force.
A consistent attack being mounted on Flair.
Yeah, impressive offense from Henry.
What a shot. Straight brutality coming right at you. And Henry is still bringing the fight.
Henry's done a great job to stay alive.
And here we go. The Boston Crab.
Look at the back position.
Pivotal moment right now. Fighting to not give up the fall. Boston Crab, no more. Oh, Charlotte Flair setting up into a...
Into a clothesline. Amazing.
Is it enough? The cover! And she manages to get a fall.
Uh-oh, Dragon Sleeper applied. This could be it.
It's locked in. He's got to be looking for it out here.
Agony on his face. He has to.
She decides to just let go, but why let go of the submission?
Not a strategy we often expect to see. He's placed into a precarious position. Bam!
Uh-oh, look at this. This is going to be bad. This is not going to be for the weak of heart. Up to the top turnbuckle. A Spanish fly.
A long way down.
Is it enough? The cover. 2. Adding to her score late into the match.
Got the underhook. Nice standing backbreaker and takedown.
And again, Henry gets caught by the opposition.
Mark Henry had moments.
Bear hug, squeezing the breath.
Taps out from the excruciating pain.
I think it's time to go round and round. Will this be enough?
And it's enough to earn him the fall.
Like a brick wall running into you.
shoulder right to the midsection.
Turns it around. Sole of the foot meets the stomach.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam.
Nothing Charlotte Flair can do now.
And that fall will get added to his score.
My goodness. Came down like a hammer on that arm.
Oh, kick right to the back. And Mark still has plenty of hits left in him.
Just amazing resilience from Mark Henry, willing himself to the brink of victory.
Boom! What impact! And Charlotte takes another beating there.
All of Charlotte's work is being broken down by the second. She's in some real trouble. Nasty chop delivered by Charlotte, followed by natural selection.
Busting out the heavy artillery once again.
Shoulders down. Well into the match, and she gets the fall. Got the underhook. Nice standing backbreaker and takedown.
Got her with the knee. Oof. Power slam. Got the full Nelson.
Shoulders down. He has a fall to the scoreboard.
Ooh, merciless looking blow.
Looking for more damage here.
Release back suplex. Nothing fancy here. Backbreaker and backbreaker.
Slam. Mark Henry might decide it right here.
2 count. And he catches the fall with that. Looking for the
power with a sidewalk slam.
A fire has been lit inside of Henry.
Charlotte's got to find a way to put her best foot forward here. Charlotte showing how much punishment she can withstand before dishing out some of her own.
Trying to fight back and stay in this match.
Into the cover. She's able to get one there. Chop block. Brilliant. Right to the back of the knee. I love this. One of my favorite moves of all time.
The modified surfboard's locked in.
And avoids taking any damage.
The Queen stepping through. Here's the figure 4. Yeah, now she's got a bridge into the figure 8. If she can do it, she's going to put this one away. And there it is. And she lets go of the hold.
Maybe she didn't like the leverage or grip she had on that submission, Cole.
Charlotte Flair trying to fire herself up. Charlotte Flair. The first step is the figure 4. And Charlotte now bridging up.
Let's go. She just released the hold.
Maybe she has something better in mind.
Stalking here. Could be a prelude to something big. From the top.
Escaped out of that attack.
picked up and being carried around now.
Slips out the back door on a chop block.
Knife edge chop.
Out of small of it back.
And now the clock has caught my eye, and we're down to half the match left to go.
I'll tell you what, that 2 falls difference is looming like a storm cloud.
Mark struggling to defend himself.
Charlotte displaying all of her ability. With all these attacks on his torso, on his ribs, it's got to be hard for him to breathe right now.
Just gasping for air.
Ooh, well measured.
Figure 4 locked in. Charlotte gonna look for the bridge.
Let's go over submission hold.
Not sure what she's got planned here.
Oh, Charlotte turning the tide to her favor.
Henry needs to find an opening fast.
Oh, and he manages to reverse.
Mark managing to find some of that needed breathing room.
He's still hanging on, still in this thing.
Military press.
Ooh, shoulders down. He got it. He got the fall.
She turns that attack away.
And Henry is still bringing the fight.
And the fact that Mark Henry has this much left in the tank here is impressive.
Like a brick wall running into you.
One competitor may be... Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam.
Is that what it takes to beat Charlotte?
2. He picks up the fall.
Dodges away.
Got the underhook. Nice standing backbreaker and takedown. Let's see if we witness the comeback of the century or the newest embarrassment of the year. Ooh.
Catches the kick. Clothesline. Broken up with a fist to the face.
What a DDT. Wow. Charlotte just rubbing it in now. Bam! A little rope assistance.
Attacking the arm. Spear by the Queen.
Into the cover. She gets the fall. Stops the kick.
Spine buster.
Oh, the knee takes a big hit.
The damage she's taken can have lingering effects.
She's really taking a beating tonight. I don't think she's got much left. Charlotte demanding respect from her subjects in attendance.
Jelly legs about to stumble head first into danger.
Thunderous power slam. Oh, diamond-plated steel coming at you.
Shoulders down. Oh, the kick out.
What? What? Oh, what do you say? This is amazing.
What a match. Dropping the elbow.
And Charlotte can't find an answer for these attacks.
Dangerous situation when Henry gets going like this.
Got the full Nelson.
Slam!
Oh, no, 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 no. World's strongest splash.
Ow!
No! Throwing those steps with such disregard for their opponent.
Stop in the arm.
Uh-oh. In position, waiting for an opening. Big boot! Jeez. Ooh. Ripped all the way back to a vertical basin, driven down face first. And all that's left is one thing, one finishing touch.
Mark Henry.
Strongest slam. Dishing out the big guns once again.
And there he goes, scoring the fall. Oh, what a clubbing blow. Now Mark Henry has the firm upper hand.
Charlotte trying to withstand this surge. Some agility gets her out of dodge.
Totally helpless at the moment.
Flair delivering the chop. Natural selection. Bow to the crown. It's over.
And going for the pin. And she scores a fall.
Bang! Vicious boot. And now the hunter has a weak prey about to pounce.
Up high.
Oh my God, what a move. Charlotte getting a serious beatdown. I'm not sure how much more anyone would be able to take.
If anyone could...
Mark Henry. Strongest slam.
Charlotte is in trouble.
2. Add that to his score.
Bang!
With a neck breaker.
Uh-oh, this is not going to look pretty. Submission being applied.
Trying to fight out of this submission.
There could be a new fall on the scoreboard shortly.
She decides to just let go, but why let go of the submission?
Not a strategy we often...
Charlotte Flair setting up into a...
Clothesline. Amazing.
Cover! 2 count. She earns the fall. Gets the reversal. What a counter.
Oh, look at this amazing power.
Being placed in the corner here. Oh, kick right to the knee. And concern being shown across Henry's face at this point.
Henry's been taken into deep waters here.
Look at this, going right after the left arm.
Gotta hurt.
Charlotte Flair looking to cinch in the figure 4 leg lock. Can she bridge through?
Letting go of her hold here.
Maybe she thinks enough damage has been done. Uh-oh, something big is coming.
the corner now. Forearm to the kidneys.
Mark Henry is getting picked apart here.
The Queen.
Bear hug, squeezing the breath out of them. He can't take it anymore. Has to tap.
Dazed and confused, and things are only about to get worse.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam.
Hit it again, and that's got to be it.
2. Well to the match, and he picks up the fall.
Punishing power slam.
And Mark still has plenty of hits left in him.
Just amazing resilience from Mark Henry, willing himself to the brink of victory.
Headbutt. Nothing fancy there. And Charlotte's durability getting challenged again.
Here's where Charlotte's ability to endure could get called into question.
Oh, look at this amazing power. Press slam.
She reverses and creates an opportunity. Headbutt.
Lands an elbow.
A fire has been lit inside the world's strongest man.
Charlotte trying to withstand this surge.
Down with the leg drop.
Ooh, what a nasty kick. Just disrespectful.
Tossed back into the ring.
If she's not careful, that's it. She'll be counted out.
Into the cover. And he scores the fall.
Hard landing.
Flair is falling behind now.
Yeah, impressive offense from Henry.
Mark Henry.
World's strongest slam. Will Henry take advantage?
2 count. That fall goes to him late in this match. Lifted and completely helpless here. Driven down. Oh, this is just flat out punishment.
Drops the elbow.
And Henry is still bringing the fight.
Henry's done a great job to stay alive, but has to think about ending matters quickly.
Countering that offense.
Charlotte Flair with a trademark chopping.
Followed by natural selection. Does that finish Mark Henry for good?
And the cover. They've got it. The fall is hers. What a shot.
That'll fillet your chest. Hoisted up and a big scoop slam. Picking up steam here with a splash.
Oh, the elbow connects.
Stalking here could be a prelude to something big.
Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam.
It's over. You can't survive that again.
2. And he gets the fall. Hip drop.
I've been witnessing that.
Rising to a vulnerable position. Trouble is looming.
Got the full Nelson.
Slam!
How much longer can this really go on?
Everything she has been through to this point, she is feeling all of it right now. Back
Neckbreaker. We got a cover. And he earns the fall. Oh, the physicality on display there. Unbelievable. And now we're 3/4 of the way through the battle.
And it would be a true miracle for anyone to come back from this deficit. The pace in your offense has to pick up if you want to catch up.
Watching! What a splash!
Cover! 2. Getting a fall under her belt here.
Just caught flush. Charlotte Flair sizing up her opponent. There's a handspring.
Handspring clothesline. Cover. 2. And she's just scored a fall here. Oh. Caught the leg. And here we go. The Boston Crab.
Look at the back position.
Crucial moment in this Iron Man match. Looking to score a fall with this submission. Tap out. Tap out.
Uh-oh. In position, waiting for an opening.
Big time power slam. Look at this, gripping their opponent by the head.
Driven down face first. Waistlock applied,
But able to block into an arm drag.
Pick the leg.
oh man,
That'll tear your hamstring.
getting dangerously close to our announce table.
Brought back into the ring from the floor now.
Leading her into the corner now. Legs getting tangled in the corner, stuck in the tree of woe.
Oh, what a kick.
Ooh, sharp kick. To the abdomen.
What a display of strength here. Watch out. Tossing those steel steps like they're nothing.
Slowly rising, looking like a very easy target.
Mark Henry. World's strongest slam.
Mark Henry about to end this fight.
2. And he just pulled through to score a fall here. Hip drop.
I've been waiting to see that.
Oh, what impact.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
And Charlotte's durability getting challenged again.
Yeah, Charlotte has to find a way to shrug off all the pain.
Target acquired. This only ends one way.
Power slam. Now Mark Henry has the firm upper hand.
Charlotte needs to find a way to reverse her fortunes.
Watch out. Tossing those steel steps like they're nothing. Lands a timely reversal.
Charlotte might be waking up.
But Charlotte still has more to do to get this fully in her favor.
Oh, nice balance. Into the knee drop.
Charlotte Flair stepping into the figure 4. Can she complete the bridge?
And she breaks her own submission hold. We don't see that often.
That can either psych out her opponent or come back to bite her.
Charlotte Flair setting up into a...
Hidden clothesline. Amazing. Maneuvers out of the way. Looking for more damage here. Release, cover. Is it enough?
So late in the match, but he's able to score the fall.